Now we're going to talk about property and assets division. Um, so equitable division looks beyond numbers. It recognizes each spouse's sacrifices and contributions. What gets divided? So in a divorce, you have assets, you have liabilities. All those things get divided. So things like the homes, vehicles, um, second homes, retirement accounts, pensions, bank accounts, and then also the debts. The debts are also liabilities that need to be divided in a divorce as well. Um, so, and I saw some questions that came in, and I think that may address some of these questions for you guys. But so, marital properties, anything that was acquired during the marriage, regardless of whose name is on the title. Okay, so if a house was purchased during the marriage, husband's name is the only name on the deed and on the mortgage. That doesn't mean that wife doesn't get to claim an equitable portion of the home. Just because her name is on there doesn't mean she doesn't have rights to it, right? So as long as it was purchased during the marriage. Now, there is a caveat. So if it was purchased with, say, for example, some you inherited $500,000 from your mom, and you purchased the house it cost $5,000, and you've not paid a dime of your income to fix the house, to pay the mortgage, then that can be considered separate property. But if you purchase it with your income, your money, which is a marital asset, then it is considered marital, whether the other party's name is on there or not. Okay. Separate property. That's assets that were owned before the marriage, and anything that's like inheritance or gifts that was made to the spouse only. Now, I will also say this because we get these questions a lot. Sometimes people buy houses before they get married. Now, there are times where they bought it in anticipation of marriage. That's easier to determine that it is a marital asset because it was bought in anticipation of marriage. But there are times when people buy a house 5 years before they got married, before they even met their spouse, they got married. But they continue to pay down the mortgage with their income, which is marital. The spouse has contributed to making improvements to the home, right? So that spouse can actually make a claim to the house, even if they were not there when you bought it, because by you paying down the mortgage, you increase the equity, right? By them making improvements to the home, it increased the equity.